Bora. Médio, não sei jogar ainda, né? Vou tirar a live. Médio, não sei jogar.
Encode your DNA.
Não, live. Pronto. O quê? Uma raça. Meu Deus do céu. Padrão bonito. Aqui é Hila, mas bravo.
Define your genetic structure.
Inteligente. É qualidade. E foi esse que eu escolhi. Inteligente, mas ele. Vitalidade também. Atividade, força, intelecto. Cadê o que eu escolhi? Por aqui.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Aqui. Resistência. Radioatividade. Isso.
Choose your first style.
Pelo. Aí.
Pick your main color.
Escolhe o quê? A cor dele. Diferente. Ah. Copo azul. Azul. Aí.
Choose your detail color.
Tá verde. Caraca.
Pick a class. Psy-freak.
Faz experimentos com poder específico e mutação. Costuma dar a mais na sociedade.
Commando. Deadeye. Mercenary. Saboteur. Sentinel. Commando. Psy-freak. Commando.
Classe.
Scythe Commando.
Tá.
Mercenary.
Espadachim. O meu personagem é um espadachim treinado que dominou a arte da lâmina.
Deadeye.
Pistoleiro, são ladinos, Aqui, tô me ouvindo. Pistoleiros são ladinos, habilidosos e traiçoeiros que optaram por uma vida fora da lei e dos valores da sociedade.
Commando.
Soldados são treinados como agentes de uma força-tarefa especial. Eles costumam trabalhar em pequenas equipes.
Psy-freak.
Eles fazem experimento por
Saboteur.
botador. Todos são exploradores sagazes e habilidosos, treinados para operar certamente tanto em ambientes urbanos quanto selvagens. Interessante.
Sentinel.
Dedicam sua vida a proteger seus lares. Essa dedicação é pela organização como um todo, incluindo a crença veemente em sua doutrina. Cara, não sei o que eu escolho agora, não sei o que eu escolhi.
Saboteur.
Gostei de sabotadores. Gostei desse. Quase sabotador.
Saboteur chosen. That'll work.
Bora. Uhum.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Pra que lado?
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Cara, que foi isso? Bora.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Crescer como um vermelho escuro, força e poder. Crescer como um azul claro, liberdade e lealdade.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you, your inner voice to be precise, an echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Eu sei se a coisa é. Como?
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But
Oxi.
I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same, with the
Better half. My way is both better and bright.
The best end is...
Bora. Solidão. Onde que eu vou? Por aqui. Bora.
Guess left can be right sometimes.
Eu vi barulho.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Que? Mano. Que? Ah, não acredito que você deu ainda. Corre. Errou. Que? Apertei, meu. É alto, tô confundindo. Que top, né? Eu tava confundindo alto. Que? Tá no que, meu? Ah, pra defender. Caraca, velho.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Cara, quero você tá ainda, meu. Bora.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Boom, vou explodir.
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Shot.
Foi. Então, aquisição do complemento de arma no meu menu rápido. Oxi. Opa, valeu pelo like. Edmão, valeu mesmo. Obrigado, valeu. Bom dia, boa tarde. E aí, que agora? Entendi. Entendi.
The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Fudeu.
Great shot.
Não. Não. Vem não. Ih, esqueci do que. Olha. Ih. Opa. Opa, que isso? Opa. Vai pôr like. Tá Toninho. Muito obrigado. Valeu. Aqui.
Those are the kind of things you need.
essa, mano? Aconteceu. Ih, fudeu!
Right between the eyes.
Não entendi. Que?
Well placed.
Ah. Foi.
Hold on to that.
Bora. Hum. E sério? Esqueci de novo. Quebrei o escudo. Ai, fudeu. Que fudeu? Quebrei. Confundiu dizer. Escapei. Já foi. Não, tem. Você pode aumentar um tributo em 10. Analisa. Electro, será? Assim, sorte, né? A sorte, vai. Precisando. Ah, tá, eu já fiz já, meu. Ah, entendi. Stop. Ah, aqui eu não tenho. Pronto, pronto. Entendi. Bora.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Por lá dentro.
Whoa.
É.
It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Tá suspeito. Aliás. Ele é suspeito.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. That's going to leave a mark.
Quê?
Right where it cuts.
Já foi.
Crack-a-doom.
Aí primeiro. Já foi. É isso.
Low tech, but it works.
Dica.
Toxanol built vessels called
Pra se salvar da destruição iminente.
to save themselves from the impending doom.
Ah, sempre acontece isso,
Was
meu.
it too late?
Lá,
It is
até ele
only
cair.
from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their
Que isso aqui? Uma quebra-cabeça. Eles estão espalhados por todo o mundo. Alguns abrem novos caminhos e outros concedem recompensas diferentes. É confuso. Que? Eu vou esquecer tudo isso, meu. Essa quantidade, meu Deus do céu. Nodo até a posição correndo para completar o quebra-cabeças. Ah, eu tô ferrado. Que? Como que é mesmo?
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Não é assim não? Ah. Eu queimei, ué. Eu tomei um choque. Ah. Acertei. Tomei um choque. Que
There are
sacanagem.
few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how
Sacanagem
reckless.
demais. Muito sacanagem, levar um choque assim.
Their rare earth mining and they began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time.
É aí que
And
dá
they were
luz.
right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the
visto isso agora.
wildlife and created bizarre
Meu Deus.
mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on... The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's going to take a... It's coming from behind that door. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Pô, tá certo não?
A warning label. The box
certo.
looks like a potential brain melt.
Oxi. Ah.
Quick shock to the system. Let's try that again.
Pera aí. Esqueço. Só isso.
There you go.
Oxe, é só isso. Eu vi um choque daquele. Bora. E.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Ele tira nele. Vai à frente. Eu tirar nele, na verdade. Não, me que é louco. Vai. Que? Não fiz. Assalto. Olha aqui. Mais um.
Carvegueira. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Pera aí. Uma coisa, pera primeiro aqui. Conversa. Cadê tu agora? Correu. Só vê o cara, ele corre, meu.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the...
Okay. Beleza, bora. Que isso? Que? Que isso? Que isso?
Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here fueling its source of life.
Meu Deus.
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you...
Meu Deus, eu tô capim. Que isso? Que? Oxi. Por aqui mesmo? Eu pode aqui já. Ó. Aqui é um morro. Chequeiro. Bora. Meu Deus. De novo.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life.
Que?
Only time will tell. At least his intention is...
Meu Deus do
You
céu.
need to support the tree for a long time to
Venaldo.
come. The only way
Venaldo.
it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released...
Meu Deus.
You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be...
Quem pegou? Peguei.
You handle that net like you've never done anything
Ah,
else.
peguei a
He's
terceira vez.
impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so count...
Meu Deus.
One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough.
Meu Deus.
Today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Por aqui. Funda. Entendi fundo. O gráfico é top, meu. De perto, de longe pra ver nada. Meu Deus.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to... From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal. Not only... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to...
Meu Deus do
You
céu.
can already see the effects from how reckless those
That
before
is
us
one.
acted, and unless something changes... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples
É forte
disciplined.
mesmo, hein? A mãe dele é forte. Opa, salve, salve, Matheus. Tudo bem?
He lost you there for a while. But no
Tudo bem,
memory
Matheus?
is alone.
Seja
It's
bem-vindo,
part of a
valeu.
trail you can follow. He says he remembers every
É que
The
era
tree
de...
started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that
Valeu, Matheus, pela sua presença. Valeu mesmo.
the genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive.
Isso, que isso.
His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz
mapa
is still
todo.
repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route.
Oxe.
Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Bora. Ah,
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the
Very
end
nice.
of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this.
cara, ele é muito enrolado.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
12.000. Olha a pergunta do lado, viu?
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the
Pra pegar
trial
os
and
negócios.
the situation with the...
Bora. Cadê?
You're getting the hang of it.
Tá pegando jeito.
Quickest
Okay.
way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Isso. Olha. Aqui mesmo? Oxi, fiquei preso na pedra.
Know that
Oh,
the tree of
gráfico, esse
life is
gráfico.
dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Biomutant. Bora. A gente corre assim.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Olha isso, velho. Foi mijar ali. Praga de transação só encontrada nos próximos lugares de interesse em todo o mundo. Você libera a praga de transação ao interagir com ela. Você pode fazer uma viagem rápida para uma praga de transação que você desbloqueou acionada no mapa. O mapa é M. Cortando. Oxi, oxi. Oxi, oxi, tô cortando. Oxi. Ah, entendi. Sou muito burro. Vou ter que ficar primeiro. Ih! Que isso?
world eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that
Derrotar
down.
ele! Eu nem queria fazer essa
The
aqui
world
não.
eaters have made their marks on our
O
world over
tamanho do
time.
bicho. Derrotar vai correr dele.
That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
Eu vou correr desse bicho, se eu atuar com o tamanho dele.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the world eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Oxi. Morreu.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Você gostou desse
Seriously? I always thought
Gostei
better
disso.
of you than that.
Você
And you
gostei.
were wrong. There's always more dark than light. They're already heading down my road.
Folgado, meu. Como briga ajudar ele? Como briga ajudar ele?
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date knows you'll make a better stand against the world eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war.
War.
Out-of-Date says someone needs to break. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the... Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain. In Jagni's case, letting the World Eaters bring down the tree... The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate...
Tá, bora. Cadê?
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Eu não sei, vou ver agora. Peraí, vou abrir o mapa. Bora, clique. Bora.
It's a bridge. Just get over it.
Aham, só passar por ela. Pega algum truque que deve ter. Falei? Quem tá aqui? É guerra deles. Ah, tem que conquistar eles. Aqui. Aqui. Morreu. Já foi já. Ui, vem em mim. Ui. Foi. Já foi.
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began.
Eu passei por aqui. Mas passei. Que são as tribos rivais.
That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem.
E mija pra marcar o
Let's
território.
see.
E ver o quê? Eu botei esse cara aqui agora. Eu matei
Says
esse.
they're wary of strangers. They're at war. They've already got word of an intruder, so he guesses the Sifu must be very interested in meeting you.
Vou ter que lutar, certeza. Esse samurai japonês. É, samurai japonês.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy.
Você pode dominar aqui pra você matar o líder, né?
The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew.
É louco. A gente vai aguentar sozinha contra esses bichos.
He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them
Obrigado. Sobre a ajuda de
he
Kimi.
expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants... The myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but uniting the tribes and saving the tree of life won't change anything. You must stop living in the past.
Mato ele.
Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. They have no intention of letting this drag out, or they'll run the risk of teaching the enemy their art of war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you.
Olha pelo like. Iraci, muito obrigado. Seja bem-vinda. Muito obrigado mesmo.
Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin. The only kin who count are the kin that are left standing at the end of the war. Let's focus on making that our
Guerra total.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you. Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait. It's always the little things you remember, and with you it's pretty much the only thing he recalls, that you were little.
Bora. Ataca todo mundo. Peguei, cadê meus soldados? Né? Cadê meus soldados? Ninguém nessa vila aqui não? Tem ninguém? Tem ninguém na vila? Puxa. Faltou só os povo da vila. Oxe, que houve? Que houve? É.
Says you should take it easy.
Por aqui eu acho. Cara, essa é uma guerra. Não tem ninguém aqui, mano. Que guerra que é essa? Uma guerra sem ninguém, ué. Meu Deus! Como assim, meu?
beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred.
Deu pra ver que foi bom com ele, foi bom comigo.
Smirked.
Blasting him.
Que? Comeu ainda? Eu pulei. Que? Pera aí. É que não, isso que é mesmo. Você siga a vida.
Hot metal. Chop it up.
Aê.
Bang bang. Slice and dice. Head on.
Eu pulei, meu.
You're harmed.
Morreu. Não morreu. Meu Deus, vai morrer.
You move like the wind.
Aqui mesmo. Bora. Não, não, ele não? Tá morri, você é louco, meu. Fui roubado. É, tomar esse forte aqui deles, né?
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
Já tá indo. Marcar território, né?
Let's see.
Meu Deus. Marcado, né?
Let's see.
Tá marcado. Bora.
As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over.
O menor.
Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind.
Não tem ninguém a falar.
Here's someone who takes each day as it
Olha
comes.
isso, meu.
He asks how you are today. Hope says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy his good mood is infectious.
Olha
He
isso,
wonders where
meu.
you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand.
Olha isso.
He thinks you should really know how to swim by now.
Bora.
Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than
É,
right
tem que ser
now.
agora.